Welcome into JambarTV. I'm Krista Ritz alongside Douglas Campbell. Douglas, we're going to be talking about some football penalties today. What else are we going to be discussing?
Well, today we're also going to be talking about Jim Tressel's involvement with the Relay for Life and how a textbook gets made here at YSU.
Awesome. Well, stay tuned.
Welcome to Jambar TV. This is your student news.
Youngstown State University faces fines and penalties for NCAA violations under former coach Bo Pelini. According to an NCAA release, among the violations are unsanctioned, unofficial visits with prospects and a lapse in coaching certification for the 2019-2020 year. The penalties include 2 years of probation until April 2023, a $5,000 fine, and restrictions on recruiting. According to YSU Sports website, the university self-reported the violations and implemented policy to avoid future violations. For further updates, check thejambar.com.
In the beginning of April, President Tressel announced grants for students from pandemic funding. Students can request CARES 2 funding on YSU's website. Students that filled out the FAFSA for this and the last academic year and Pell Grant eligible students will be prioritized for funding, but all are encouraged to apply. Students must provide rent verification forms requesting rent assistance. For more information, reach out to the Office of Financial Aid and Scholarships.
From the humanities to STEM to everything in between, faculty and staff at YSU leave long-lasting impressions on their years at the university. Many colleagues and students are sad to see them retire. 3 distinguished and notable professors reflect on their accomplishments and careers as they depart from campus life.
Geography professor Ron Shackley is known for his Bahamas trip, but he also served as director of the Honors College and head of several committees.
I'm looking at things and looking at if I retire now, I can still teach my Bahamas class part-time as a part-time adjunct professor. And so I can still do the things I really love and not have to necessarily be caught up in all of the other things.
Biological sciences professor Gary Walker blends learning and engagement for his students. Some might know him for his molecular motion stance. He says his time at YSU taught him a lot.
Everything, but I've learned a lot about myself and how to interact with people in positive ways. So you're constantly learning.
Associate Geography professor Bill Buckler stresses the importance of connecting with students through teaching. His work in academic advising established deep connections within the university.
And that really a university is a collection of colleagues that work to make things happen. And it's just not about faculty.
Their contributions to the university are long-lasting and deeply appreciated.
Betty Jo Licata, the Williamson College of Business Administration Dean, recently announced she will retire at the end of the year. Licata was hired as the dean of the college in 1995. In her time as dean, she oversaw the expansion of the college, including the new Williamson building. She talked about what she will miss the most after she leaves.
What you remember most and what I think creates the most special memories for you are the relationships that you have and watching our students grow and the celebrations we have with our students' success, and that'll be the hardest part to leave.
Though some of our faculty retire, others are passionately researching and writing. One common area of publication is textbooks. Have you ever picked up a textbook for the semester only to find your new professor's name on it? Professors are often approached by publishing companies to create work. From there, professors come up with an idea on how to tackle the subject, and contracts with deadlines are formed. They then obtain permission for featured articles and photos before revising, proofing, and publishing.
There was a publisher who came around and was saying, are you interested in textbooks, and also are you interested in authoring textbooks? So a lot of the companies, on campus, if you're on campus at YSU, you'll see book reps in all the departments.
YSU's Gwins Against Cancer held their Relay for Life walk Saturday in the Watts. Events included a raffle and relay races. Paper bags with candles memorializing those lost to cancer lit up the Watts. By the end of the event, the organization raised over $49,000 for the American Cancer Society. YSU President Jim Tressel and his wife attended, and he spoke at the event. Gwyn's Against Cancer is still accepting donations for the American Cancer Society. For more information, visit its Instagram and Facebook.
Campus will look a little less empty this summer as YSU finalizes its on-campus activities. Andrews Student Wellness and Recreation is planning indoor and outdoor events to run from May until early August. Meanwhile, some exciting spring events are available on campus, including self-care, de-stress activities, and fitness classes.
They range from group exercise classes like yoga and spinning and some high-intensity interval training to just some pop-up style stress relief events such as cornhole and some outdoor games, things of that nature.
But for some students, getting back out there isn't quite as exciting. For those that struggle with anxiety, the year of isolation may make it especially difficult to attend these events.
I think people are going to have differing levels of anxiety, and it's probably going to depend on their baseline anxiety to begin with.
Freshmen in the Honors College received recognition for a new initiative. Jambar reporter Kelsey Norris has more.
YSU honors students are required to fulfill volunteer hours each semester. One way these students gain hours is through the Honors Helping Future Scholars program, started by freshmen Taylor Sebastiano and Bronson D'Angelo.
Team of doers together, around 4 people who will help get this off the ground because it was just an idea at the time. He came to me and 2 of his closest friends, and we just kind of made the whole thing happen.
The students tutor middle school and high school students in a variety of subjects. Over 40 students connect with tutors on WebEx, and all the sessions are organized by Taylor and Bronson.
We send out the emails, we organize who's tutored, who does the tutoring, and it's a very enriching experience. It's been a very valuable lesson. And it's a very unique leadership opportunity, especially as a freshman in college. So we're very grateful to be able to not only reach out and help the future scholars of tomorrow or years down the line, but also help our peers in the Honors College be able to gain that experience.
The volunteers have clocked over 50 hours this year and have plans for an informal ACT prep in the summer. Joseph Lasher, a freshman music education major, moderates the tutoring sessions.
Especially working virtually, not everything is going to work out the way you wanted it to off the start. So it's important to be able to adapt and also be patient with your students so they don't.
Up next, Thomas Kushner brings us YSU's latest COVID-19 numbers.
On Monday, Youngstown State University reported 6 new cases of COVID-19 for the week of April 11th through the 17th. The numbers included 4 students who live off campus and 1 student who lives in an on-campus residence hall. The count also included 1 university employee, making this the first time a university employee has tested positive since February 27th. Students, faculty, and staff participated in the on-campus surveillance testing program this past week, from which 0 tests came back positive. To stay up to date on YSU and COVID-19, please check out the YSU Coronavirus Dashboard, updated every Monday. Up next, incoming producer Sydney Stallnecker speaks with a faculty member from the Honors College. So stay safe and stay tuned.
You're looking to your future, preparing for your goals, and they're closer than you think. Because here, success is part of the plan. It's a place where academic and social opportunities are meant to prepare you for life, not just the next 4 years. You'll be equipped to face new challenges and turn hard work into a career. You're ready for your success to take root. And here's where it starts. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
The feeling when my hands are on the piano, it's become comforting. It's somewhere that I can express myself. I go to Youngstown State University and my passion is playing music. YSU is allowing me to take what I love and turn it into a career and do it every single day of my life. I'm Alyssa and I'm Y and proud.
You're here to be part of something bigger, to make things happen. For you, college is about knowledge being shared and learning experiences that aren't limited to the classroom. On campus, you want to matter, It's about engaging every day, building relationships with students, with mentors, with the community, in the heart of a reinvented city. We are that something bigger. We are Youngstown State University and proud.
Hey kid, you wanna try some exercise?
Wait, what? What's going on right now?
Yeah man, exercise.
I don't know. I don't know if I should even be talking to you right now.
It's got lots of benefits.
Okay.
The benefits of exercise include increased levels of energy, higher quality of sleep, better muscle and bone strength, improved memory, and clearer skin.
Welcome back to JambarTV. I'm Sydney Stolnecker, the incoming executive producer for the fall semester. Today I'm speaking with Molly Hardup, a faculty member of the Honors College, and today we'll be discussing how the Honors College has fared throughout the pandemic. So, Molly, nice to have you. How has the Honors College maintained participation and its activities during the pandemic?
All right, well, thanks for having us, Sydney. We have really listened to our students. Obviously we were separated a little bit in the beginning, but we learned how to utilize technology. We probably never really heard what WebEx was until a little over a year ago, until one Saturday, March 14th, I still remember, when we had just found out that classes were gonna be going online for the rest of the semester. So all of the staff came together in folk hall, and we sat and talked about how we would help prepare our students and support our students in this new online learning environment. And we came up with newsletters and tips for learning online, and we were booking town halls on WebEx, within hours of figuring out what this technology was. So we just leveraged, the best of the technology that we had available to us to still bring our students together in virtual space. So, we utilized technology to connect students to alumni. We booked a series of networking events and engagements and invited our students onto WebEx to connect with each other. And while it's never going to be the same as being together in person, our students have been telling us, over the last, several months, especially in the beginning, how much that helped. We gave them a space to connect through different engagement events, hear from alumni all over the country who had all kinds of different backgrounds that we maybe wouldn't have as easily been able to connect them with, but we could because of technology in this case. So we always try to look at the positive, and we always tried to think about our students, always keeping students at our center. And relationships are just such an important part of honors. Mm-hmm. So we have connected our alumni and our students through the technology so that they never really felt like they were completely distanced, and always asking our students what they wanted and how we could help support them along the way.
Mm-hmm. So what kind of volunteer opportunities did students get to participate in this year?
So our students never completely distanced themselves from in-person opportunities. So we had some opportunities down at OWOW. We did city cleanups. I mean, there were things that our students were able to do to connect in real physical space. But virtually, it's absolutely incredible when I think about all that our students have accomplished, and so much of it, really all of it, was student-driven and student-led. Mm-hmm. So before the school year started, we had an then incoming freshman student reach out to us about transcribing. So she enjoyed transcribing historical documents online. So you'd essentially be bringing history to life through this process. And within a matter of 6 to 8 months, within Honors, a transcribing club has been formed. Students have been getting together on WebEx now several times a week as part of the transcribing club, and they have now transcribed over 6,000 pages of historical documents, and this group has volunteered for over 800 hours just on this one project alone. So it's absolutely incredible. They're learning things about history, preserving history for others, but also building community, and connecting with one another, with students who necessarily can't always be on campus for whatever reason. So, we also hope that will continue into the future. We have a story time program where students and alumni have started reading stories through our YouTube channel and connecting with the community and young students who want to learn about books. And an Honors Helping Future Scholars tutoring program was launched, where we partner with 2 area schools and conduct individual tutoring sessions. So our students tutor students in the community. So those are just a few ways, but really there are endless opportunities for service.
All right. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you, Molly, for joining me here. Next up, Gabrielle Owens will bring us the student life news.
You're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you. It's more about what you have in store for the world. All you need is the opportunity. All you need are the resources of a large university and the advantages of a personalized academic setting where you can experience new worlds in the arts and sciences, business, and education and make them your own. We are where you shape your future. We are Youngstown State University and proud.
Growing up, I love figuring out how things work, putting things together. I love being able to come up with an idea, design it, just the whole process of creating things. I go to school here at Youngstown State and my passion is 3D design. I chose YSU because all the equipment, the research being done here, it's like a playground for me. I'm Alex and I'm why I'm proud.
You're looking to your future, preparing for your goals, and they're closer than you think. Because here, success is part of the plan. It's a place where academic and social opportunities are meant to prepare you for life, not just the next 4 years. You'll be equipped to face new challenges and turn hard work into a career. You're ready for your success to take root. And here's where it starts. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
The feeling when my hands are on the piano, it's become comforting. It's somewhere that I can express myself. I go to Youngstown State University and my passion is playing music. YSU is allowing me to take what I love and turn it into a career and do it every single day of my life. I'm Alyssa and I'm why I'm proud.
Welcome back to JambarTV. I'm Gabrielle Owens with your Student Life News. Since its inception, local vintage record and collectible shop Westside Vintage resided across from Westside Bowl. Recently, the owners announced it will relocate to downtown Youngstown and change its name.
Westside Vintage is not only changing locations, but their name as well. The store will be occupying the building that previously housed the Grayland Gallery, which once showcased live music and fine arts. As such, the name will be changed to honor Grayland.
When we decided about the move and everything, we thought it would be best to kind of like revive the Grayland name. I mean, there's a whole, Rocco did interviews before about it and everything because, you know, I believe it was him that came up with the name, but it kind of, it's a name that kind of represents Youngstown for a lot of us, for how we see it.
Some customers, such as YSU alumna Rose Rivera, say having a location in downtown Youngstown would make the business much more accessible to students and could strengthen their business.
I think that the downtown area is going to be a lot more accessible to college students who are kind of landlocked at YSU or don't know much about the community, like up on Mahoning.
The downtown location will also be much larger than the Mahoning Avenue location, and as such can allow for a wider selection of furniture, antiques, records, and so much more.
For everything that we have in the store, we have much more between the three of us. I mean, we're all collectors, we're all buyers, we're all sellers. So we're going to have a lot more of a selection going on to the future.
Zach Mosca, JambarTV.
Though Federal Frenzy isn't crowding the streets of downtown Youngstown this year, it lives on in video. We partnered with Penguin Production for an hour-long video featuring Federal Frenzy musicians and vendors. It comes out tomorrow, April 24th, as part of this year's Frenzy Vision. We spoke to 4 local breweries about what they're looking forward to for live events.
So it's definitely been challenging. Basically overnight, about 90% of our business went out the window. So that kind of forced us to pivot very quickly.
We're looking forward to being a part of Federal Frenzy, just to enjoy the local music that they bring together and atmosphere they provide for the city of Youngstown.
Getting back to normal a little bit, it's a big stress relief going to see live music for us and getting out and talking to people and just relaxing and have a good time. Downtown puts on events that it really draws a crowd, and the Federal Frenzy would You know, there's the big crowds hanging out down there, and like the Italian Fest and everything else that they do downtown, the Polish Fest. So it's always cool to go to those and see people coming from out of town.
What I'm looking forward to as far as live events go coming, just everybody being able to get together. You know, most people love music, you know, all kinds of music, being able to see friends, catch up in real life, in person, just like get back to normal social life.
This football season has been an interesting experience for everyone involved, but for one player, this was his first season ever playing American football. Patty Lynch played Australian rules football before punting for YSU's football team. Lynch grew up playing Australian football but trained to play by American rules. Players and coaches says he's transitioned well.
I was talking to a few schools and I was really impressed with the caliber of the Missouri Valley Conference. And yeah, I got talking to Coach Phillips and Coach Harvey, and they both seem like coaches you really want to win for.
Teammates say Lynch is competitive and is a great fun addition to the team. Even though football is over, after the break, Ben Lulai and Trey Turner have the latest in baseball, softball, and more.
You're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you. It's more about what you have in store for the world. All you need is the opportunity. All you need are the resources of a large university and the advantages of a personalized academic setting where you can experience new worlds in the arts and sciences, business, and education, and make them your own. We are where you shape your future. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
Growing up, I love figuring out how things work, putting things together. I love being able to come up with an idea, design it, just the whole process of creating things. I go to school here at Youngstown State, and my passion is 3D design. I chose YSU because all the equipment, the research being done here, it's like a playground for me. I'm Alex, and I'm Y and proud.
You're looking to your future, preparing for your goals, and they're closer than you think. Because here, success is part of the plan. It's a place where academic and social opportunities are meant to prepare you for life, not just the next 4 years. You'll be equipped to face new challenges and turn hard work into a career. You're ready for your success to take root. And here's where it starts. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
The feeling when my hands are on the piano, it's become comforting. It's somewhere that I can express myself. I go to Youngstown State University, and my passion is playing music. YSU is allowing me to take what I love and turn it into a career and do it every single day of my life. I'm Alyssa, and I'm Y and proud.
Welcome back to JambarTV. I'm Ben Lulai, alongside Trey Turner. After a rough 1-6 start, YSU baseball has found its niche. The team has posted a 17-11 record since, and haven't lost a game since facing Wright State in mid-March. On Sunday, the team scored a season-high 18 runs against Northern Kentucky. Head coach Dan Barlini discusses what flipped the switch for them.
We hadn't been outside much before playing, so I think kind of working some kinks out in those first couple weekends. But I thought it was good that we found ways to win early, and then, you know, lately, I think really the difference was after the Wright State series at Wright State. We kind of really made a change in what we were doing, the way we were practicing, and the guys have really responded that way.
The team is currently 4th in the Horizon League standings. If the season ended today, they'd be in the playoff, but they still have 4 big inter-league series to wrap up the season, beginning with Oakland University Friday evening at Eastwood Field.
The YSU softball team sits at the top of the Horizon League here in 2021. The Penguins have a record of 27-9 overall and are 20-4 in Horizon League play. Head coach Brian Campbell says everybody has accepted their role on the diamond.
We have pinch hitters and defensive, players that have accepted their role and have done a really fantastic job in those. And and it's our slogan's "We over me." It's about the team. Take the opportunity to do what you can to help this team in any way they can individually.
The standout offensive player this season is junior infielder Nikki Sabini. Sabini leads the team in both average and RBIs. She talked about her positive mental approach at the plate.
A lot of it's mental. I've struggled in the past with mental, but Coach Z has helped me a phenomenal amount, just kind of telling me to go in there and be positive at whether I get out or what I do, sacrifice myself, whether it's a bunt or a sac fly, to get runners in is just a huge part, and I just love doing it for the team.
The team has its biggest conference stretch of the season coming up in the next 2 weeks. The Penguins swept number 2 seed Oakland University this past weekend and will now take on top 4 seed Robert Morris this upcoming weekend. Check out YSUsports.com for live updates.
This Sunday, men's golf will compete in the Horizon League Championship. Jambar reporter Joseph Chapman caught up with the players and discussed the season so far.
Senior Kevin Scher talked about the bond he and his teammates have formed over the length of his career.
We've been together for 4 years. I know Brian Quadruple's been in the lineup for all three of them. So we know each other's games very well, and I think playing together helps us a lot because just knowing each other's clubs and shots and how we putt, it helps us a lot, and learning and developing on the course together. It's fun, and we succeed doing that.
Senior Ken Keller explained what makes the men's golf program so special.
I don't think that there's a team out there that gets along better than we do in terms of like social aspect to the golf aspect. Like, you know, we don't just see each other on the golf course. We spend a lot of time together, whether it's doing homework, hanging out.
Junior Brian Quadruple spoke about the edge the team is carrying into the tournament.
I mean, we're just focusing on peaking at the right time. I think Coach set us up with a great schedule, kind of playing, 3, 4, 5 events up until conference. So we're all kind of playing our best scores before we can get in there. And I think definitely the main key is just not trying to do too much, not thinking of it as like the big event. Just think of it as another event and go out. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, and just relax and have fun with the guys.
The swim and dive team competed in the Horizon League Championships the week of April 5th, and the team broke multiple school records. Over 9 students from both the men and women's teams went on to break a combined 16 school records in the championships. With their impressive performances, the team is ready to prove they're a force for years to come. Freshman Ella Kerr just joined one other swimmer in multiple top 5 finishes in breaststroke events in program history. She also set school records in the 100 breaststroke and the 200 breaststroke events.
We've come such a far way from even just last season with reinstating the men's program. I think that we've really established ourselves. I've had coaches from other teams come up to me and say great swim, and coaches have come up to our coach Brad and said, like, congratulations, like your team came to play this year. So I think everyone sees that we're a bigger competitor.
So Trey, you talked about the softball. I think that was probably my favorite story of the week. Coach Brian Campbell talking about how their success has been predicated on everybody knowing their role. And then, of course, Nikki Sabini with her great bat leading the team in average and RBIs. That's great for women's softball to do so well. And just all sports this spring have been doing really well. So that's great to see from YSU. Thank you for tuning in to Jambar TV. Make sure to pick up a newspaper. And as always, Penguins, stay safe and go YSU.
And the Jane F. Lamb Charitable Foundation. Thank you.
You're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you. It's more about what you have in store for the world. All you need is the opportunity. All you need are the resources of a large university and the advantages of a personalized academic setting where you can experience new worlds in the arts and sciences, business, and education and make them your own. We are where you shape your future. We are Youngstown State University and proud.
Growing up, I love figuring out how things work, putting things together. I love being able to come up with an idea, design it, just the whole process of creating things. I go to school here at Youngstown State and my passion is 3D design. I chose YSU because all the equipment, the research being done here, it's like a playground for me. I'm Alex and I'm Y and proud.